In today's episode of Weak, Feckless, and Pathetic, Senator Gillibrand takes Stinky's drunk, pathetic, woman-hating slob to the woodshed. Check this out. I mean, she kills him. Get a load of these imbeciles. The failed football coach. Roll it!
We're kind of kicking this off tomorrow. It'll be 24 hours of let's go Pete and get him across the goal line and get this country back and take it back from the lunatic.
What do you mean? What do you mean, get the country back? What are you talking about?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Stinky's idiot bootlicker gets destroyed. Roll it!
Objection that will be entered. Senator Gillibrand.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Hexaf. I do want to thank you for your service. And
Why?
I want to thank you for your willingness to serve in this capacity.
Thank you, Senator.
I have many concerns about your record,
Uh-oh.
and particularly your public statements, because they are so hurtful to the men and women who are currently serving in the U.S. military.
Nope. What they are is disrespectful and disgusting. You need to call it for what it is, honey.
Harmful to morale, harmful to good order and discipline. If you are saying that women...
Good order and discipline. Do you know who you're talking to? Continue.
shouldn't be serving in the military. Now I'm going to read you your quotes because the quotes themselves are terrible. You will have to change how you see women to do this job well, and I don't know if you are capable of that. So I want to press on these issues.
Okay, all right. He's terrified of women. He hates women. He's got a couple of divorces, and in between, he's needed a NDA for a lady that allegedly he forced himself on.
Colleague Jean Shaheen brought up because she said it so well. So first of all, you answered your questionnaire. Do you believe that any American who wants to serve their country in the military and can meet objective standards set by the military should be allowed to serve without limitation? You said yes to that question.
And that was a lie. He lied to you. He lied.
But then in all of these other circumstances, you've denigrated active duty service members. We have hundreds of women.
What did you expect? Look at who nominated him. The biggest scumbag on the planet, Stinky.
Who are currently in the infantry. Lethal members of our military serving in the infantry. But you degrade them. You say, we need moms, but not in the military, especially in combat units. So specific.
Yeah, he needs moms. He needed his mother to vouch for him. He went on Fox. He forced his mother to go on Fox and say, I didn't mean to say all those terrible things about my son. He's a mama's boy, honey.
To Senator Cotton's question, because Senator Cotton was giving you layups to differentiate between different types of combat. And specifically, as secretary, would you take any action to reinstitute the combat arms exclusion for female service members, knowing full well you have hundreds of women doing that job right now? And the standards, your 2 mile run, Tom, is about the Army combat fitness test. It is not the requirements to have an MOS 11 Bravo.
Okay, now wait. What I want to know, why don't you ask him, right? If a woman or an LGBTQ's bullet isn't as effective as one of his morons' bullets, huh? You know, one of those war criminals that he pardoned, huh? Ask him that.
These are the requirements today.
Oh!
For people serving in the industry, men and women, they are gender neutral and they are very difficult to meet. They have not been reduced in any way, and our combat units, our infantry is lethal. So
preach, honey.
Please explain specifically, because you will be in charge of 3 million personnel, It is a big job. And when you make these public statements, and I get you were not Secretary of Defense then, I get you were on TV, I get you were helping veterans, I get it was a different job, but
helping veterans by what? By bankrupting them?
most recently, you said this in November of 2024, knowing full well you might have been named as Secretary of Defense. So please explain these types of statements, because they're brutal and they're mean.
That's right.
I said, hold up, wait a minute.
Continue, honey.
And they disrespect men and women who are willing to die for this country.
He's a pig. He's a pig and he's terrified of women. Period. Period. Period.
Well, Senator, I appreciate your comments, and I would point out I've never disparaged women serving in the military.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Respect every single female service member that has put on the uniform past and present.
No, you don't. No, you don't, you fucking liar.
My critiques, Senator, recently and in the past, and from personal experience, have been instances where I've seen standards lowered, and you mentioned 11 Alpha, 11 Bravo.
Standards lowered. Standards lowered. You're talking about standards lowered? Dude. If you went to McDonald's right now and you told them, I'm no longer going to sexually harass women, I am no longer going to drink, will you give me a job? McDonald's would tell you to go screw yourself. You know that? You know that? And you want to run the military. Well, you're one of Stinky's idiots.
MOS, places in units, and the book that has been referenced multiple times here, The War on Warriors. I spent months talking to active duty service members, men and women.
Get ready for this. This is good.
Low ranks, high ranks, combat arms and not combat arms. And what each and every one of them told me, and which personal instances have shown me, is that in ways direct, indirect, overt, and subtle, standards have been changed inside infantry training units, ranger school,
bullshit,
infantry battalions, to ensure that
give me one example. Please give me an example. I get you're
He
making...
won't. He can't because he's a shit talker.
Commanders meet quotas to have a certain number of female infantry
Quotas?
Officers or infantry enlisted, and that disparages those women.
Commanders do not have to meet quotas for the infantry. Commanders do not have to have a quota for women in the infantry.
Caught you in the lie.
Does not exist. It does not exist. And your statement...
In other words, he's a fucking liar.
...are creating the impression that these exist, because they do not. There are not quotas. We want the most lethal force. But I'm telling you,
ask him. Is a bullet from one gun more lethal than another if it's the same gun?
Been here for 15 years listening to testimony about men and women in combat and the type of operations that were successful in Afghanistan and in Iraq. Women were essential for many of those units. When Ranger units went in to find where the...
Is this the part where he asked for his mother? You're killing him.
Terrorists hiding in Afghanistan or in Iraq. If they had a woman in the unit, they could go in, talk to the women in a village, say, where are the terrorists hiding? Where are the weapons hiding? And get crucial information to make sure that we can win that battle. So
he's a slob. He's just a slob. He's an idiot slob is what he is.
You cannot denigrate women in general, and your statements do that.
He doesn't denigrate. Not only does he denigrate them, he forces himself on them.
You don't want women in the military, especially in combat. What a terrible statement. So please, do not deny that you made those statements. You have. We take the responsibility of standards very seriously, and we will work with you. I'm equally distressed you would not meet with me before this hearing. We could have covered all of this before you came here, so I could get to the 15 other questions that I want to get to. So women you have denigrated. You have also denigrated members of the LGBTQ community.
Ouch.
Did you know that when Don't Ask, Don't Tell was in place, we lost so many crucial personnel, over 1,000 in mission critical areas?
Facts.
We lost 10% of all our foreign...
What say you, Smokey McSmokebomb?
Language speakers because of a political policy. You said in your statement you don't want politics in the DOD. Everything you've said in these public statements is
This drunk idiot wouldn't meet with you. What are you talking about? He doesn't want politics. He wouldn't meet with you.
politics. I don't want women. I don't want moms. What's wrong with a mom, by the way? Once you have babies, you
he needs his mama right now.
no longer able to be lethal. I mean, you're basically saying women after they have children can't ever serve in the military in a combat role.
He's a scumbag, honey. He's a scumbag.
It's a silly thing to say. It's a silly thing to say.
Oh, snap. Mega. Stupid on steroids. Check this out.